Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And like the promo said, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, let's dive right into the mess. This is a fun pop culture happy hour where we're going to be talking about Tom Sandoval's leaked text message. Peter is telling it all. He's spilling the beans. He was on Kristen Doty's podcast, and he really just came through with the receipts. He came through with the receipts. Then we are going to get into, actually, we're going to do that second. First, we're then going to get into Tom Schwartz being unhinged on Watch What Happens Live. So as you guys come in, be sure to say hi. Hey, Foxy, what is up? Hey, Felicia, be safe while driving. Thank you for listening. What's up, Sloopy? Says hi and is waving. How are you, sweetheart? All right, shout out to all the candy canes. Drop your questions down below and your shout outs down below, and let's dive right on in. Ooh, okay. So Tom Schwartz was on Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday night with Rob Lowe's son. I think his name is John something Lowe. No disrespect to him. John Owen, I think it was. John Owen Lowe. Cute guy, super fun. I'm watching the series. Great. But let's get into Tom Schwartz. I think that Tom Schwartz lied about when he found out about Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel having sex. Okay? So first he said he found out in January, according to Andy Cohen. That's what he said at the reunion. But on Watch What Happens Live, he said that he found out in August after Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel allegedly had a one-night stand in late August. Let's do some fact checking, okay? First up, let me say some shout outs real quick. Hi, Eileen. You're a channel member. Thank you so much for holding me down. Shout out to Kathy. What is up? Hey, Sloopy. Hey, Eileen. Michael, how are you? We got Eileen Bradley and Michael up in the house. Or is it Michelle? All right, let's get back to it. Just wanted to give some shout outs to my candy canes. All right, but let's do some time checks here. Sheena's wedding to Brock was August 23rd, 2022. Tom Schwartz said that his kiss with Raquel wasn't a decoy. It wasn't fake. They had, quote, real chemistry. But yet he's claiming August was the same exact month that Tom Sandoval told him that he had a one-night stand with Raquel. So which is it? Is it in August you are hooking up with Raquel, but you have no idea? Or is it in August Tom Sandoval told you that he had sex with Rachel Raquel? But that's also still a lie, because we all know that you knew way before that. And we're going to get into that because Peter brings the receipts, and I have the receipt. So he brings the receipt. But let's get more into what was going on. So this is according to Reality Blurb, and we're going to go through the article, and I'm also going to give some of, my candy cane insights. But I want you guys to keep certain dates in mind. It says, Tom Schwartz answered a bevy of questions about Sandoval during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday night. Before targeting fans' vitriol, explaining why he's more upset with Tom Sandoval than Raquel, and sharing his thoughts on their future, the Vanderpump Rule star revealed why he didn't tell Ariana Madix about their affair and confirmed when he found out about the romance. Sandoval did a good job of placating me, and also I'm consumed with my own life, my own problems, and he told me he has a game plan. He's going to do the right thing, and then he just kind of continued to procrastinate, Schwartz explained of why he didn't tell Ariana on the April 5th episode of Watch What Happens Live. I was being fed a narrative that he has broken up with Ariana or attempted to multiple times, many, many times, and he's not happy. They're not healthy. They're not intimate. Okay, let's take a pause right there. Number one with that, stop lying, Tom Schwartz. You did not tell Ariana that Tom Sandoval was having sex with Rachel Raquel because you didn't care. You had this, like, it's getting old. Like, the shtick is old. Like, your whole, like, wearing, wrist restraints because there's some drinking game where, you, every time you touch your face, people are drinking and nobody's got, like you're corny. Like, you're a cornball, Schwartz. You're a corny cornball. Like, it's time to grow up. It's not cute anymore. You're a 40-year-old looking like a goofball, sloppy. You look just like very, very sloppy. Like, it's not cute anymore. The lying, the talking in circles, using the big words that don't actually mean anything in the context in what you're saying it. Like, it's not cute. Like, I honestly thought him on Watch What Happens Live, it was just sad to me. I was like, he just looks really sad and pathetic. And the co-guest, John Owen Lowe, pretty much was like, yeah, you're kind of just like a big mess and you need to stop lying. He just looked really pathetic. You did not tell Ariana because you didn't care. You didn't care about cheating on your own wife. And the way you systematically gaslit and disrespected and alienated and embarrassed Katie, who is your own wife. I don't even know why people are asking you the question of why you didn't tell Ariana. You don't have enough respect for your own marital relationship. That's why you're divorced. You sure as hell don't care about anybody else's relationship. And did you notice how he kept smirking when he's like, oh, I still love you, Ariana. I'm here if you want to talk, like, whatever. Like, I've said this, Tom Schwartz is extremely, extremely selfish. He really only puts in bare minimum effort if it benefits him. He's actually really not a good friend. He's not even a good friend to Tom Sandoval. He just doesn't care enough to act any other way, to like intervene or to interject. Ariana, Tom Schwartz is not your friend. I would never let him back into your life. He knew what was going on. And this is the thing. I think that Tom Sandoval knew and co-signed Tom Schwartz and Rachel Raquel with their fake on-screen kiss and their on-screen romance. And I'm going to go as far as to say, because this is my channel and this is my opinion, and luckily they're going bankrupt. They don't have enough money to sue me. In my opinion, I would not be surprised if Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval shared girls or shared women. Meaning, I would not be surprised if they both have sort of dipped in the Rachel Raquel pool, if you will. That would not surprise me. So I think that he was lying. I think the whole kiss, the fake chemistry, all of that was just for the show. And it was a way to be a decoy. Because don't forget, during that same exact time, he was already in a relationship with Joe, who's Kristen Doute's ex-best friend, the hairstylist, Joe Winberg, the one that they've been going on all the double dates with. They went to Big Bear and, going out to parties and events and drinking and dinners and all of that. So Tom Schwartz has a whole girlfriend living with him. And he knows that Tom Sandoval is having at least not the bare minimum having sex with Raquel, let alone confessing his heroin addicted love to her. We're going to get into that too. And you want to sit there and tell us that you and Raquel had actual chemistry, and the first time you found out was in August, the same exact month you're on camera doing this? Boy, bye. Miss me with the lies. And I loved how Andy, shout out to Andy and whoever is in his ear, actually checking Tom Schwartz on the lies. He's like, well, funny, because at the reunion you said January, but now you're saying August. Are you lying then or are you lying now? And I think he was lying both times. Both times. Whew, let's get into it. Let's keep going. Although Jax Taylor suggested Schwartz had only recently learned about Sandoval and Raquel's relationship, Schwartz admitted to host Andy Cohen that he actually learned that Sandoval had cheated with Raquel in August of 2022. We went over that. Blah, 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 blah. He goes, I only know what I was told. The one night stand was in August, and then it became, from my point of view, became like an emotional affair, which is still inappropriate, but I didn't think it was a linear thing, he continued. Again, Schwartz, stop trying to use big words that don't actually mean anything in context. Like linear, it actually was a linear affair. Like, if you're telling, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt that he's actually telling the truth, which obviously he's lying. They have sex in August, one night stand, lust. Then they have an emotional affair, and that emotional affair leads to, in January, Tom Sandoval confessing his undying love for Rachel Raquel. That is actually a linear progression of a relationship, you idiot. Stop trying to use big words to sound smart and to circumvent and to, confuse people when a normal, regular word will do. Just tell the truth, you doofball. Because you're actually contradicting yourself. That actually is a very linear progression. Oh, I met this guy. He's so cute. We were out at the bar. We got wasted. We ended up coming home. We had some fun. And then I started to date him and get to know him. And he's actually really cool. And now I think I've fallen in love with him. That's the definition of a linear progression of a relationship, you idiot. Let's keep going. Then in January, Schwartz learned more about what was going on between Sandoval and Raquel. Tom came to me and said he's in love with Raquel, Schwartz recalled. I was flabbergasted, but not surprised, because it was kind of an open secret. After that, Tom kind of got flagrant. He was brazen after he told me that he was in love. It was like a release for him. While Schwartz couldn't have gone to Ariana with information, he thought Sandoval eventually would come clean. He was going to sit Ariana down. He was going to tell her the whole thing. Well, his version of the whole thing, probably highly edited version. He had a plan, Schwartz shared. Shut up, Schwartz. Okay, let's break that down. Number one, don't say flabbergasted. Schwartz just is irritating every single part of me right now. Don't say flabbergasted, all right? Let me move on. This is the thing. He says it was kind of an open secret. That I think is true. Multiple people have co-signed that. Sheena has co-signed that. Her friend Jamie's podcast has co-signed that. Lala has co-signed that, right? Dumas and random people on Reddit have co-signed that. So it did become sort of like this open secret. That I agree. But him saying that it started in August, again, is wrong, because I just remembered Kristen also said that Tom Sandoval and Raquel were making out at Coachella. And as we know, Coachella, I think, was in April of 2022. So if they're making out in Coachella of April 2022, how does he not know that they're not together? Again, a big lie. And we're going to get into more of the big lies when I bring out what Peter said on Kristen's podcast. But let's keep going. Oh, he was brazen after he told me that he was in love. It was like a release for him. He has been brazen this entire time. Not just in January. He was brazen in October, dressing up as her for Halloween. If that is not the most in-your-face, passive-aggressive way to say, guess what, everybody? I'm smashing Rachel Raquel. I don't know what is. If my partner dressed up as another woman, I'm not talking about a celebrity or anything like that, as another woman in our circle for anything in this world, that would be a problem. Obviously, unless it's me, then that's cool, that's fine. But that was very flagrant and brazen. And that wasn't in January, that was in October. Again, get your facts straight. But let's keep going. Oh, and then he said he was going to sit Ariana down and tell her this whole plan. Now, word on the street is this. Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel were going to wait until after the reunion to tell Ariana, have them break up, and then act like, surprise, we happen to be together now, all of this stuff. But they basically wanted to fake everything for the cameras, fake everything for the show, and not get the blowback and the backlash that they've gotten. That was sort of like the alleged plan. I actually don't think that was ever going to happen. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I don't think that was ever actually going to happen is because I think that Tom Sandoval is in lust. He's in an infatuation with Rachel Raquel because he is going through something. But the reason why I don't think that was going to happen is because don't forget, he still financially, in my opinion, financially abused Ariana, and he has the equity in the home together. And I think as long as he had that home equity loan that was tied back to his restaurant, he wasn't going to do anything to rock the boat with Ariana. I think that, like a lot of people do, whether it's and I'll just say man and woman, I'm not trying to be sexist, but I'll just to make it easier. When there's a married man or a man in a relationship and you're the side chick, they're going to spin you every type of story. As soon as I get a better job, as soon as, she's in a better place, as soon as, then I'll tell her, then I'll tell her, then I'll tell her. That is a tale as old as time. He basically just wants to have his cake and eat it too. He doesn't want to rock the boat with Ariana because of their financial in-house equity restaurant situation. But then he also wants to live out this weird wackadoodle fantasy in his life that he's living with his gel press-on nails, trying to act like he's a rock star and having this midlife crisis and, sticking it to James and having sex with Rachel Raquel because for whatever reason, she thinks he's cool. Sorry, let me turn my phone off. I don't know why people are trying to talk to me right now. All right. But I don't think he ever had any true plan on leaving Ariana unless he had a clear exit strategy when it came to the money. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. As for how Ariana feels about him today, Schwartz said he believes she's completely indifferent. I still love her. I'm here if she ever needs me, and I'll respectfully reach out sporadically, he revealed. Shut up, Schwartz. Don't reach out to her sporadically, regularly, non-regularly. Just leave her alone. You weren't a friend to her. You're basically laughing at her in the situation on Watch What Happens Live. You said you weren't mad at Raquel. You told people to give Tom Sandoval a hug, and we'll get into that. And you basically scoffed and dismissed, Ariana. Ariana, don't ever be friends with him again. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. According to Schwartz, he isn't trying to evoke sympathy for Sandoval, but feels that some fans have gone too far. He knows that what he did is disgusting. He literally could not have handled that affair in any worse way possible. I understand the vitriol. I get it. But the vigilanteism is getting a little out of control, he told Andy. I just want to remind people to take a breath. He knows what he did is terrible, so does Raquel. The threat to the mob mentality is getting a little out of control. I agree. I don't think for any situation there needs to be any type of real threats or realness going on. So just jump on YouTube and have a nice kiki with me about it. Schwartz then explained that during a recent visit to St. Louis, Sandoval was met with unruly fans. People were taking pictures and threatening to pour beers on him, and apparently some people yelled at him, "Cheater," he shared. And while Schwartz confirmed he's mad at Raquel, he said most of his wrath is aimed at Sandoval. He did not confirm he was mad at Raquel. He basically only acquiesced because Andy Cohen was basically like, if you don't say you're mad at Raquel, you're about to get, tomatoes thrown at you. He's not mad at Raquel. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. I bet Rachel Raquel, Tom Sandoval, that Joe girl, and Tom Schwartz are probably still going on double dates and hanging out like nothing is wrong. I'm more upset with Sandoval because he took advantage of my kindness, and he put a lot of people, not just myself, in a very compromising situations where our integrity is at stake. Schwartz, you don't have any integrity. And I'm not just talking about the Sandoval situation. I'm just talking about in general. I don't think that integrity and a man of respect, anyone has ever thought of you in that way. You play beta to an already beta man. Tom Sandoval is extremely beta, in my opinion. but he like doesn't know it. And that's like the saddest part. So like literally, Schwartz, you played beta to a beta man, and the way you disrespected Katie, like you've cheated on her, you've lied to her, you threw a drink on her, you've gaslit her, you've never had her back, you disrespect her. It's just disgusting. Like what attributes, like you don't have any attributes of someone that I think of when I think of a man of integrity. Again, you're using words that just don't apply. Let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. Honestly, he became obsessed. He's notorious for having one single obsession. Maybe it was the sidecar. That's his heroine. He's addicted. It's an infatuation of all infatuations. Raquel is Tom's heroine. He got lost in the sauce. He also said on the show that Tom Sandoval has ADHD. This is a PSA for everybody on reality TV, but I'm really looking at you, Bravo celebrities. Stop using marginalized communities or any type of community that is dealing with something or living with something or suffering something or is diagnosed with something to justify your piss poor behavior. Tom Sandoval's ADHD did not cause, if he even has it, did not cause him to do what he did. Rachel Raquel's alleged neurodivergent, autism, love addiction, codependency did not cause her to do what she did. We gotta stop. There are truly people living with ADHD. There are truly people who are on the spectrum. There are truly people living with these diagnoses, you know? And I don't think all of those diagnoses are a bad thing. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. But there are certain challenges that comes with having that I just think it's very, very disrespectful to all of the people who truly have those things that they live with, you know, and say, well, that's why I had sex with this girl for a year because I have ADHD. Like, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. I do agree with him that it's an infatuation, but I don't think that he's infatuated with Rachel Raquel. I think that he would have been infatuated with anyone who idolized him. And I also think it's just a cherry on top that it happened to be with someone who James was in love with. And I also think Tom Schwartz told the truth that it's very toxic. He was like, it's already toxic. It started toxic. It is toxic. It's already toxic. It's not love. It's not love. Oof. Later on Watch What Happens Live, after show, Schwartz revealed if he believes Sandoval and Raquel's romance will last. I think it will be a miracle if they make it, he admitted. I know they care so much about each other, but even in the short time they've been in love, it's become toxic, and I don't know if it's sustainable. And then you add in the entire nation thinking you're scumbags. I think it's too much, but we'll see if love prevails. That's not love. That's not love. It's really, really not. All right, let me go over a couple of more things that I saw during the Watch What Happens Live, and then we'll move on to Peter leaking Tom Sandoval's text messages that really expose that the affair has been going on way longer, okay? And also that Tom Schwartz is a liar, but we knew that one. All right, I already talked about his whole shtick is getting old. I thought the wrist restraints was really corny as hell. Like, I don't know why you thought that little shtick was cute. Being sloppy, having no backbone, basically looking like a, overboiled noodle isn't a good look, okay? Let's also see here. Okay, this was the only grace I was going to give Tom Schwartz, and then we'll move on to Peter's text, is when all right, this is the only grace I'm going to give him. When he said, well, you know what? I actually had a lot going on in my own life. Because we do have to take a step back and say, you know what? Tom Schwartz really isn't Tom Sandoval's keeper. They both are two 40-year-old men. And at this point, both of them on their own need to get their stuff together. And when he was saying how, his brother had cancer, his dad almost died, he almost went bankrupt, that's a lot. That's a lot. Dealing with a sick parent, dealing with a sick sibling, having financial problems, that's a lot. So I'm going to give Tom grace on that, because there does come a point where you have to say, I need to focus on my own life, and it's really not my place to fix somebody else's mess. So I'm going to give him grace on that. But the rest of the lies, using big words that make no sense, just looking sloppy as hell, being disrespectful and weird, miss me with all of that, Tom Schwartz. I just felt he was unhinged. And just really weird and bizarre. But I'm gonna give him grace on that. And I actually think that's actually very emotionally intelligent, when you can say, I actually need to focus on my own life. I have my own crises going on. I cannot step in and fix your life until I fix my own. But I think if he just stood in that more than, oh, I heard in August and he has a crisis and ADHD and like Raquel's great and Katie's horrible, like I think that would have been a much stronger thing to say. If he was just like, I'm my own person. I'm not Tom's mother. I'm not Tom's partner. Well, they're business partners, but you know what I mean? He's a 40-year-old man. He can figure out his own life. So I will give him grace on that, because if I was going through a sibling having cancer, knock on wood, I'm not saying this is real, or a parent who has almost losing a parent and then facing bankruptcy, which I do think that both Toms were facing bankruptcy. Quiet as it's kept, they probably still are. Maybe not as worse off as they were, but filming wasn't too long ago. And it takes a while to even break even in the restaurant industry. So it's like, if a couple of months ago you were almost bankrupt, you've only been open for, I don't know for how long, not long enough to really even break even. Who knows what their actual current financial situation really is? So that still might be a stressor. So I'm going to give him some grace on that one. All right. Now, let's move on to Peter spilling the beans on Katie's podcast. Okay. Here we go. All right. Before I play it, I'm going to read to you what Peter said. Well, I'll read to you the text messages that Peter said that Tom Sandoval sent him. I'll give you my thoughts on it. I'll give you the background, and then we'll listen to it, and we can listen to the context and everything, okay? So, quick background. Beginning of the season, it was the whole fake relationship, and by fake, I mean Rachel Raquel was being fake. Poor Peter was being duped. He was like, oh, I get some more camera time? Yay. But then he realized he was being played, right? So the beginning of the season, we all know that Rachel Raquel was hooking up with, casually dating Peter. It was very awkward. It was very weird. It was super, super creepy and cringy, because it was so obvious that she was not into him, and he was so tone deaf and just sort of just completely clueless, that it just gave off a really creepy vibe. Because for me, anytime there's and I'm not being sexist, but I'm just going to say from my personal point of view, because I'm a woman, anytime there's a man that is really kind of into a woman and she's really not into him, and he's just not getting the hint, it's just icky to me. It's really icky. So Peter did come across as a complete creep, very creep and very weird and just very ugh, right? And I feel really bad for him. She called him, the starter pony, and all this stuff. They were making out. And this is the important part to remember. They were all at SIR. Rachel Raquel got wasted. She was taking shots with Charlie. She got really drunk. This was when her and Peter were being hot and heavy. They make out at SIR. She blacks out, and he goes back home with her. We learn all of this the next day when Sheena and Rachel Raquel, they're at a spa day. They're like wrapped up in the whole like white robes and everything. And Sheena's like, Sheena's playing her little part because she wants to keep her job. And she's like, oh, did you and Peter hook up? What happened? And Rachel Raquel is like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, I don't even remember. I was so drunk and like he slept over and blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know. I was just so drunk, right? And remember I said that didn't sit well with me because, again, it's just a creep factor to me. It's an ick factor when a girl is like really drunk, wasted, passed out, blacked out, and a guy who is sexually interested with her does stuff with her. Like, that's just really icky to me. And I also thought it wasn't a good look. It just sounded really bad. It sounded horrible. And Sheena, I don't know why she like didn't get it. She was like, oh, well, huh, that'd be great. But if that was my friend, I'd be like, what the hell? I would be like, did you guys hook up? Like, did you have sex? Like, what happened? Like, are you okay? Like, do you know what happened to you? Do you know what I mean? Type situation. So that is the story of it. But I mean, that's how I took it. Nobody on the cast took it that way. They were just like, oh, she's blackout drunk. He took her home, whatever. Until this. So now Peter is on Kristen Doute's podcast. I think that this dropped on Wednesday or Thursday. And he's, really upset about how he's been portrayed on the show and upset more so at Rachel Raquel because she's like, oh, starter pony and not being into him. And then how it reads is really bad. And now he's like, oh, well, now I know why you were being that way towards me because you were already having sex with Sandoval. And then he's like, and I have proof. I have proof that they were having sex during that time. And he breaks out a text message that Tom had sent him. And this is what it said. He says, and then he texts me and he says, quote, dude, just watched the first episode, LOL. Did you bang Raquel the night after, sir? Said Peter, who alleged Tom added a crying, laughing face. Okay. Peter took this as Tom Schwartz being jealous, like basically checking in to be like, were you having sex with Raquel, during that time because I was having sex with her, and basically seeing if Raquel was, quote, cheating on him, And don't forget, this was filmed way before August. That's why at the beginning of the video, I made sure to point out the date of August, because that's when Tom Schwartz lied on Watch What Happens Live and said that's when Tom Sandoval and Raquel had their first one-night stand was in August. But August, like I said earlier, was Sheena Shea's wedding. Peter and Rachel Raquel were dating and hooking up months before Sheena's wedding. Months. That was episode 1. And episode 1 was when they had already started dating. And by dating, I just mean they were, making out, going on dates. They obviously weren't boyfriend or girlfriend or anything like that. But the season, episode 1, started with something already going on between them. Months. And now we're on episode 9, and Sheena still isn't even freaking married yet. So Schwartz wants to get on TV and say the first time Rachel Raquel and Tom Sandoval had sex was in August of 2022. The lies. Now, I think Sandoval sent Peter this text for 3 reasons. A, I agree he was jealous because although I think he doesn't have a problem sharing women with Schwartz, I think he would have had a problem sharing Rachel Raquel with Peter. So I do think he was jealous. And 2, I do think he wanted to see if Rachel Raquel was, quote, cheating on him, which is weird since he's a cheater, but you know what I mean. He wanted to see if the side chick was cheating, because I'm sure she said, oh, nothing happened. It was just for the cameras. But he's insecure and wants to see if she was, busting it open for Peter too. And I also think 3. I think he probably felt a little bit how I felt when I was like, wait a minute. And I think he was trying to see if Peter had taken advantage of Rachel Raquel when she was drunk. Because when that scene happened, I was like, wait a minute. Why did Peter take Rachel Raquel home and sleep over when she was blackout drunk? That didn't sit well with me either, especially because Sheena said that they were making out and kissing and all of that stuff. Like, did he just continue it? But he obviously on the podcast says, no, we didn't have sex. Like, nothing happened. Like, what do you mean? We didn't have sex. It wasn't that he took her home. It was like, you stayed the night. Like, if someone's blackout drunk, put him in bed and leave. Go home, Peter. So I think it was all 3 reasons. I think he was jealous. I think he wanted to see if they smashed. And I think he wanted to see if Peter had taken advantage of her when she was drunk. I think it was all 3. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. And then let's hear it from Peter's mouth himself. All right. Let's listen to the snippet. All right. Here we go. Can you guys hear it? All right. Let me know if you can hear it down below. I don't think it's... If not, I can pull it up on my phone. Didn't hear anything? Okay, you guys, let me find it. Let me find it again then. 1 second.
Seasons 5 and 6, I felt like a part of me left. It's like Samson Luke job.
Yeah.
Basically, that's it. And then with the starter pony comment, it's like, that's not an insult.
No,
I do that. Land. I'm getting off the plane. I turn my phone on from airplane mode, and I get an interesting text. Now, usually, if I was back at home, my brother Jude, would have been, I would have shown him the text, and he would have been like, what the fuck? But since I was in a happy place, and I'm like I said, not even thinking about Vanderpump Rules.
Right. You're very disconnected.
I'm doing my thing. I'm all like,
world.
yeah, exactly. I'm all like, I'm not getting involved in any of this controversy. I'm just Peter Sir Manager who likes to get drunk at the bar and have a good time.
Well, you're done filming, so it's like what's done is done.
It's not even about filming. It's more like, I'm just doing my thing. That's it. I'm disconnected. I get off the plane, I turn my phone on, and I get an interesting text from one Tom Sandoval.
Shut the fuck up. What does it say?
So he hasn't texted me in 6 months.
Shocking.
And then he texts me and he says, and I quote, dude, exclamation point. Just watched the first episode, LOL, exclamation point. Did you bang Raquel the night after, sir? Exclamation point, question mark, crying, laughing face. Now, if you go through my text messages with Tom Sandoval, he never texts me emojis. Never does.
Right.
So
he actually sucks at texting in general.
At the time, I am so disconnected, I didn't even think about it. Because I'm like, I'm in Tampa Bay. I'm in my environment. I'm going to dress like a pirate tomorrow. I'm going to be having some fun. I don't even think about it. What I'm thinking is, how are they portraying me on the show? So I call him. He's all like, oh, no, I just was wondering if you banged Raquel that night. I'm like, no. How are they portraying me? Like, could you send me the episode or something?
Yeah.
Because I don't even ask for the episodes.
Right.
You're
disconnected. You've moved on.
When you were living on Kings Road, we went over a couple of times. I didn't even like watching myself on camera.
Did, yeah.
So I don't watch it. I give what I need to give, and then that's it. And I'm like, okay, I drank, I had a good time, I'm disconnected. And then this text comes through, and I'm all like, I didn't even think of like, because you think you know somebody.
Right. You're like, why is he even asking?
You're getting exclusive. You're getting an exclusive right now.
Right, like, why is he even like bugging you about this?
Exactly.
Well, now we know.
Now we know, but at the time I'm all like, wait, how are they portraying me on the show? I was like,
Did he respond?
No, so I called him. He's like, oh, I don't have much time. He's like, do you want me to send me the episode? I was like, yeah, sure, send it to me. I'll check it out. The episode was just what I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just, oh, yeah, I'll get you some nachos, because it was a whole joke. And I don't know why she responded in that way that she did, because she knows that, like, she was looking for nachos on one of our excursions. I was like, all right, I'll find you some nachos. It was an insight. I don't know why she responded like, and now I know why.
Yeah.
Because she was already dating Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, dude.
She was already having sex with Tom, and that text message from him proves it.
100%.
That text message from him to me proves it.
Is on the floor right now. Like, why would Tom Sandoval text you?
He's never texted me about anyone.
Like anything personal.
No.
Like growing out.
If you look back at my history.
How about Peter, how are you? Like nothing, you know?
If you took back at our history, nothing like that. He hadn't texted me since August, and all of a sudden it's the end of January. You know what I mean? So...
Have you talked to him since?
No.
I have a question.
No, I'm not.
Are you friends with Tom
No,
Sandoval?
I unfollowed him on Instagram.
Same.
I unfollowed Rachel on Instagram. I'm not going to tolerate this garbage. I'm sorry. But then again, I'm taking some blowtorches to some things. We're not going to get into that.
Okay, you can tell me.
No, because you've already, you know. You know what last year, you remember, yes. So we don't have to get into that.
God damn.
Because you don't want, because here's the thing, it's like the lion. The lion, he tolerates a lot, and then that's it. I take out both clubs.
Yeah.
And then you can find me. You know where to find me.
Yeah.
For anybody that seems to be pissed off at me, well, I'm at SIR. Finding me at SIR is like finding Santa at the beach. Come on in. So I will welcome you with open arms.
It is safe to say everyone at this table is hashtag Team Ariana.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Love Ariana.
Ooh. So basically, all of our suspicions have been confirmed. I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer at this point. But Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel have been smashing, I actually think probably for about a year. I think it's been about a year, I would say. Maybe that's what my gut. I think about a year they've been smashing, because it's about to be Coachella again right now. I bet you it either started at or right around Coachella. So I think they've been smashing for, at this point, about a year. About a year. Sloopy says, Peter has known Tom for years and all the cheating, now he's so upset. What Peter is upset about is the fact that Tom and Rachel Raquel used him and played him and basically made him look like a creeper and a weirdo and a fool. Like we said earlier with Tom Schwartz, like, these are their own individual people. These are grown men, He can't police what Tom does. If Tom Sandoval's a cheater, he's a cheater. But when you involve me and you try and play me and you try and clown me, then that's going to be a problem. Like, I bet you if they did not play Peter the way they did, Peter has always been very middle of the road. He's been everybody's friend. He doesn't really get involved. He pops in, he pops out, he does whatever. Peter probably would have been very middle of the road. He probably would have been like, what Tom Sandoval did was wrong. What Rachel Raquel did was wrong. But I'm going to stay out of it. I'm going to mind my own business, which is exactly what he said he was doing, until he realized they played the hell out of him. She called him a starter pony. She made him look like a weird, creepy predator guy. I would be pissed too. And that's why he said, oh, so the reason why you were being one way to my face, but one way in the confessional and then one way behind my back, was because you were sleeping with Sandoval the entire time and you made me look like a weird creep guy. I would be pissed and enraged if I was Peter too. You want to cheat on your own time. Don't involve me in it, right? And then also, he's also pissed because basically what he is saying is Tom Sandoval sent him this text almost all as a way to sort of like brush up. But that's why he was like, oh, well, I'm going to turn into a lion, right? Because now the context of the text is very, very different. It's one thing if Tom Sandoval sends him that text when he's still with Ariana and Rachel Raquel is single and he's just trying to check in and be like, hey, like what happened that night? We just got the screeners. What's going on? Just checking in, right? Versus I'm actually the one having sex with and busting it wide open with Rachel Raquel. And now I see on the screener that you are busting it wide open and having sex with Raquel. Dude, what's good? So that's why Peter's pissed. He's like, yo, don't text me and come at me and ask me if I'm having sex with someone when you've been secretly having sex with them while in a relationship this entire time. If I was Peter, I'd be pissed too. You clowned me on TV, you made me look like a creeper, and now you're trying to send me some text like you're the big man, like you're trying to check me. That text was really trying to check Peter. Like, did you have sex with her? What happened? Right? So if I was Peter, I'd be pissed too. Keep my name out your mouth, stop playing with me, and don't brush up. That's why Peter was like, well, he's like, if you're upset with me, if you have a problem with me, everybody knows where to find me. Peter basically was like, catch me outside, Tom. That's basically what Peter was saying. He was like, I'm at SIR. Everybody knows where to find me. If you have a problem, instead of sending me this weird text with this weird emoji, you know where I'm at. Catch me outside, Tom. That's what Peter was saying. That's what he was really saying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, you guys, stick around my Candy Kings because I'm about to take your Candy Cane questions and comments. But before I do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop it down below. Let me know what you think about Tom Schwartz being a absolute double disaster on Watch What Happens Live, all of the lies, this, that, and the third. Let me know what you guys think. And then let me know what you guys think about, what do you call it? Peter and him dropping the T on the text message that was leaked by Tom Sandoval. Let me know what you guys think. Put it down below. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share, and join our newsletter. It's in the description box. It's free. You get free self-care and self-love delivered straight to your inbox. So with that, let's take some of your Candy Cane questions and comments. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Foxy. Hey, Felicia. Shout out to Sloopy. What's up, sweetheart? Hi, Eileen. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Eileen. Michelle. Hi, Izzy Belly. All right. Sloopy says he probably found out when they came back from the wedding. I think Tom